right. Let's see how this goes. I realized I really didn't think this through. Because I have... This is just how many different... Oh, and this camera isn't working now. Great. This is how many different devices can I use. I have my laptop displaying the chat over here. My phone is the camera right here. And then my PC, which is actually running the stream, is over there. Here's the microphone. So, Scuffs doesn't even begin to describe it. Let me go see if I can fix my microphone, or camera. There we go. Okay, camera's working now. I'm also trying to figure stuff out with the music. I need to be able to hear it so that I don't go insane sitting in silence myself. So I have, underneath this main headset in, but the volume of this is completely disconnected from that. So if music's too loud, too quiet, please let me know. So, painting. Because I need to multitask. So, goal is to wrap up these Blood Knights that I've been putting off finishing. There's not much left. I want to do some edge highlighting on the bronze, make it pop a little bit more, and then I'm going to try to clean up this banner a little bit. Don't know how much effort I'm going to put into it. I used to complain about them not including sculpted banners, because then you'd have to freehand stuff. However, adding sculpted banners, now it's just more to paint. Let's get started with those edge highlights though. Got my wet palette, drink. And sorry, no bartender outfit, because I don't want to get paint all over my cheap Walmart vest. We're gonna dig into my treasure trove of paints and see what we can find. I used to have them all organized, and then I realized that was stupid, so I stopped. Okay, so we get some Stormhost Silver, the edge highlights, and then trying to figure out how I'm going to do the moon here. I have an idea, but I don't know how it will go. Cassandra yellow. I believe that was the color. Phalanx. Sunset. Right click for last shade. Yep, this isn't even all of them. Here we go. Here's Cassandra yellow. Too yellow. We'll see. Skull. All right. Yes, Val. We're planning. Oh yeah. Everybody wish Grishmack a happy birthday. Their birthday was Sunday. Yes, we are painting. Maybe. If if I can get started and stop stalling. How you doing, Fowl? Good to see you. This is why I don't get very much painting done. Someone always wants to help. You ever have this problem with plume, Val? Turning your office inside out looking for your W-2? Well, good luck. I filed my taxes back in January. Choco always wants to help. She was not happy with me tearing apart the apartment. It's together. Yes, Shoko? Trying to gently apply some edge highlights while I have a cat who really wants to help. Yeah, she really likes rubbing the brush. Anything that gets under her chin, he's a big fan of. Alright, Choco, I need you to, like, not be you for, like, 5 minutes, please. Oh, paint cam broke. I think paint cam's gonna break a lot, unfortunately. Let's see what we can do about that. How's that? That looks better. Yeah. My computer is really unhappy with just getting all of its holes stuffed with USB ports. Okay, so I don't know how well this is showing up on the camera. So all we're doing is just applying some silver edge highlights to brass to make it pop a little bit more, especially from a distance. My kind of painting philosophy with these minis, not only when it comes to painting miniatures, really the important part is that it looks good from about 6 feet away, because that's the distance you're playing at. Usually that's where your opponent's going to see them. However, I want my miniatures to be noticed from across the room. So these models are a little bit more subdued than my usual style. When we get to later models from my other projects, you might see that a lot brighter colors and extreme edge highlights to sort of make things really pop from a distance. So these have been, I haven't been too thrilled with how these models came out. They're okay. Apart from my best work. One thing I definitely learned if I were to take another crack at these, oh, got a little in the eye there. I would paint them with the rider not attached. I would paint the rider and the horse separate. I'm still not the best at I'm still not great at painting anything that isn't a Space Marine. I don't think I'm that great at painting Space Marines either, but I have honed my red armor recipe over the years. So that is like the one thing that I am confident in. Anything else I get a little bit shakier on. I don't know. Her spear's a little flaccid. That's just a minor curve. Yeah, I guess that is true. It's usually me all dressed up, which this is like the only time I dress up is for streaming. Those two dress shirts I wear are like 2 out of the 3 that I own. So kind of like it. Granted, I was already scrambling a ton to try and get this setup pulled together. Still not thrilled with it, so not being able to access my phone is probably a good thing. The VOD should be up. I intend to have a VOD up. If it's not up here on Twitch, it is on YouTube. All my VODs are on YouTube. I'll still take the views. In fact, that's pretty much the reason I stream on YouTube, is just to automatically have a VOD. And I try not to think about the implications of how much data I'm using up, to just have these in the void. Alright, well, you have fun tonight, Grishmack. I almost threw in the towel at the last minute to just play Mega Man instead. So I'm still not thrilled with this scuffed painting setup, but I'll manage. Edge highlighting with metallics is always so awkward. Painting with any metallic that Retributor armor or lead belter, I always struggle with. Probably just use dry brushing instead. I also almost cheated in this. I wanted to do a building stream instead of a painting stream. So I think Val would be very upset with me if I did that. Alright, so that was simple enough there. Oh, this guy lost an arm. Go get that. I forgot all about my Adepticon casualties, so we will get that reattached if I can find the glue. There we go. I guess it is an assembly stream after all. Okay, but we're gonna take advantage of being off the model. Get some edge highlights in here. We'll get that reattached later. So I still don't know. I'm going to be experimenting a lot with the face cam placement. And now I'm sure you all get an excellent view of me hunched over like a goblin, which is my usual posture. Which explains why my back always hurts. I cheaped out on a lot of details on these models, especially like the stirrups, the saddle. One thing you quickly learn in this hobby when you have a mounting pile of shame. Prioritize buying what you want to paint. Because the stuff that you don't want to paint, guess what happens? You don't. Let's see, I'll also add this guy's sword. Add a nice sharp look to it. Pretty close to done on the edge highlights. We just got one more. Then we'll reattach that arm and work on the banner a little bit, getting that cleaned up. And hopefully then move on to Space Marines. Something I'm a bit more comfortable painting. These bat wings here. Calling that good enough. Don't want to spend too much time on these models. I only use them for Spearhead. Don't like them as much. Don't enjoy painting them as much. Just need them to look good enough so they don't look stupid next to everything else that's painted. See, there is not much going on here. Okay, this is... I can see why his arm fell off. Okay, this goes down there. This one like that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to pin this later. Let's go ahead and try with the plastic glue and see what we can get. These models are pretty spindly. We can get plastic glue. And there, can we get it to set? No. No, behave. Not giving much real estate to work with here. I think that's it. I'm gonna hold it and let it sit and see what we get. Alright, that appears to be holding. So fingers crossed there. And we are going to switch over to our non-mechanic. I'm going to go digging again. Let's see what we got. here we go. Yeah, I was just in a rush to get this done for Adepticon. So, I just threw red on the dragon on the banner and called that done. Which, it's not just the sculpting on the banner that makes this extra annoying, it's all the folds in it too. So, we're gonna do what we can. This is the first time painting a banner like this. So, I'm just gonna give it a shot and do the best I can on it. So we're gonna try and clean up some of I guess we're gonna try and clean up some of the red on here. It is not fun trying to get into the folds here. We shall do what we can. See, I have a reference image here. It's not helping me a ton. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's gonna be tough. It's easier to see on this side. But the dragon has a horn coming off, so this here, the middle should be black. And there's the first little spine coming up there. This guy's drooling, looks like. Okay. Those are done in parchment, and that's done in a very light yellow. That's gonna be a pain. Not quite sure how I'm gonna get that going. I guess I can get started on the parchment effect. Ready? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. We're gonna try and get the parchment effect going on the flag. See what I can come up with. That's enough. This is going to be a bit tricky to keep between the lines, so to speak, but we can always fix our mistakes later. And with the text on this banner, it will probably take a wash pretty well. This is a sharp turn there. And it goes in, up here. It can be hard to... Oh, you found an Elgato. Okay, at least that's something. Would you be able to contact your old employer to get another copy of your W-2? I know that's a thing. I've never really had to deal with it. Yeah, I can understand that. Because my employer has always had it in with the tax people, and our W-2s are just automatically imported into the TurboTax software. Well, now that you found your... Oh, did I get a raid? I don't have my Twitch chat open. Hello, Ella. Thank you. I mean, I have Twitch chat open, but it's not giving me a raid alert. But I was wondering when I was gonna see you and your merry band of troublemakers, as I am painting off camera. Thanks for stopping by. Where'd you end up on, Wind Waker? Did you rescue Makar yet? Or is he still stuck in the depths of the Forbidden Woods? did? Awesome. Yeah, I adore Wind Waker. Some missed potential, I think, in that game, but I still adore it. But yeah, I am, painting poorly. And this is my scuffed painting setup. I got, well, one, I keep fixing my hair. Paint camera's right here. Microphone's right here. Twitch chat's over there. The computer's over there. Cat's back there. It works. Works is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that statement. So I'm trying, and this is a very annoying model to paint, because it's got this annoying flag that has all sorts of realistic, really cool ripples to the fabric that I'm trying to paint around. What is going on here? Oh, okay. And then it's folding back again. And out to here. Okay. And my autofocus is having a lovely time of that. This is my usual painting process. Slap a bunch of paint on, and go clean up all the mistakes later. You're not wrong. Make it first, then you can make it good. There was one, don't recall, it may have been Eons of Battle, but Eons of Battle pointed out that painting is an additive process. So, as long as you keep your layers thin, you can always add more. Now, if your paint layers are so thick they start eating up detail, then yeah, you can't add more to fix your problem. But keep your coats nice and thin. Just throwing on more paint can go ahead and fix it. I was drifting away from the camera again. Still trying to figure out, framing and everything. So I think I need to tilt this down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, you can see here's the laptop that's displaying the chat. But that looks to be better centering. Alright, now time to try and do the same thing on this side. It looks a little bit clearer where the banner is, though. Get in there. Okay. As I mentioned, there are sculpted letters, so a wash will really make those come out. Which I always think I'm bad at painting until I wash the model, and then I think, oh my god, I'm so good at painting. this banner on a banner, it keeps making sharp turns that are hard to see in the plastic. I don't want to know how many millimeters a height difference there is in this sculpt. Like right here, it's turning around. So we gotta come back. My friend gave me a really hard time for how long I've been painting this spearhead. Because I have done it in stages where it's like, oh, I just get 3 colors on it so that it counts as fully painted for a tournament. And then it has sat on my desk for months, not getting any more paint. I didn't have to give this guy a flag. I could have just gone without it. I am deeply regretting that decision. He's also annoying because he doesn't really fit in my case. So right now we're just building up the layers on this parchment color. And once I have that to a good place, move on to the red of the dragon. Parchment over black, bone over black, and be a big. As you can don't know if it's probably not showing up in the camera, but I can get streaky. Coverage of wraith bone is not always the best. We're gonna get some gunk out of this paint pot. Oh no, did my music stop? It's always something. Okay, well, let's use a trick to get some of the gunk out of Games Workshop paints. Get in there. That pops out. All that gunk out. Go. And now I can close the paint pot again. Let's go see what's going on with the music. Do. Try this again. Yes. Well, no more music, I guess. You get to sit here in silence with your own thoughts. I hope that's not too unbearable. This has been a scuffed start, but we're learning. It's a process. We'll take a closer look at that again later. I didn't want to spend 15 minutes just tapping away, trying to figure out where the background music went. It wouldn't be a stream if everything worked, would it? This is going to be one of those models that I'm going to complain about painting for the rest of my life. I have no idea how I'm gonna do the little Holy Grail thing they got going on here too. Darker brown, I guess. Could always throw Retributor armor on and call it a day. Try and pick out the moon while we're up here. That's actually a decent moon color without a wash or anything. So this may come out. This may turn out okay. I noticed I am not getting that in the shot at all. Camera may have fallen a little bit, I suppose. This is somewhere where I frequently fall in the trap of trying to paint as if I'm using the paint tool in paint bucket tool in MS Paint, where I touch the thing. Why isn't the thing all the color I want? That's not how physical materials work. We're gonna need to build up a couple layers here. do wonder if I can just get away with a really thin wash here and there on this moon. Had some paint bleeding there. Oh, hey, honey, I am streaming. Yes, something a little different than normal, but I'm doing it. I'm all disheveled. My hair's all over the place. Not dressed up. And I'm painting. How are you doing this evening? Good. I am happy to hear that. We're trying to multitask. I had background music. It died. I don't know why. And I haven't spent a ton of time troubleshooting that. Might go take another crack at it. So yeah, this is one of my many other hobbies. So I hope to do a bit of a mix. Let's go see if I can get the music back on. I believe I got the music fixed. Don't know why it stopped. But we don't have to worry about that now. This is much better. Way better than just me in the silence. Oh, almost lost my camera there. Back now, though. This stream has just been all over the place. Is what I get for using my phone as my camera. You're gonna blame Ella for saying, hey, if it works. Got a new toy for Shoko, and she is loving it right now. Oh, that's how I'll do it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll just throw some contrast paint on. Now I'm starting to think. So we're also gonna give this cup thing going on here. This ivory base coat as well. But we're gonna hit it with a darker brown contrast paint. I think that'll be different enough. That's actually how we're going to differentiate all three of these. We're going to do a light contrast paint on the moon, a wash on the banner to pick out the letters, and a dark brown contrast paint on the cup. Trying to get a feel for brush control again. I was definitely struggling early on. Bit out of practice. It's starting to come back. Ivory bone paints just have such bad coverage. So, happy Monday. Hope everyone's hanging in there. Then my voice comes through the microphone well, even though I'm not talking into it. Weather here is finally getting nice, though I'm spending most of my time getting ready to move, which is going to be a hassle. Not looking forward to that. Looking forward to a new neighborhood. This place, I was so hurting trying to find somewhere to get food that just a quick bite to eat. I don't need a whole fine dining experience with a fancy bar and overpriced beer. I just need sustenance. So while there are certainly things I'm going to miss about this apartment, I do think a change of scenery will be good for me. And the next apartment will have in-unit washer-dryer, which is a big bonus. Currently going down to the laundry room, and that's just the worst, because it only takes like 30 minutes before the laundry machine's done, so I guess I just like... If it's a weekend, I will stay down there and just do Japanese homework while I wait for laundry. But during the weekday, I will usually come back up here and try and do other things. And fail because I only have like 30 minutes. Speaking of Japanese homework, I am very behind on my Japanese studying. So I'm hoping to get caught up this week. I am resuming with my tutor on Friday, now that he has returned from his world tour. So that should help me stay on track. I was doing so well for a while, and just started losing it. So many hobbies, so little time. Also really excited for a new gym. The gym in the neighborhood I'm moving to seems like it'll be a lot more flexible and easier to use. Okay, I'm digging the way. I had my misgivings as this paint was going on. Wraithbone and ivory always looks like crap going on black. But I'm starting to see the vision. Again, with some cleanup and a wash. I think this will come out pretty nicely. Painting's so weird. A lot of the times as you're applying a color, it just looks like garbage. Until you add other layers, other effects, really bring everything together. I suppose that's how it feels. I suppose that's how it is doing anything that's one step at a time. And I do not have a very, as I'm sitting here painting, I don't have a very innate art brain. I can tell when things look good and when they don't look good. And I occasionally have a burst of inspiration and come up with something creative, but it's in the execution of art skills that I completely fall flat. It took me forever to realize how much easier it would be if I just got an airbrush for when I paint my usual red Space Marines, which we'll get to those eventually. But one of the set I'm painting next, I am doing the way I used to do red for some reason. So you'll get to enjoy that torture. However, I did clean out my airbrush, so I should be able to make rapid progress on a lot of other Marines. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. Let's get some red and try and clean up the dragon as best we can. And then I do tend to post finished models on my Instagram. So if I'm painting off stream, I frequently do. I will link to the results on my Instagram for people to see. There's also some other models on there, so you can see what an actual good finished model looks like. Which these knights will come out okay, but they are definitely not my best work. I can tell you that straight away. I almost feel like I should have a finished model on it while I'm painting, just so I can always look at it and go, oh yeah, I do know what I'm doing sometimes. I put way too much red on my palette for this. Okay. I think I still have like 3 pots of it in the back. Granted, I haven't checked the veracity of it. I heard Games Workshop updated some of their paints, changed the colors without telling anybody. Which is annoying. All because they want to keep their cute trademarked names for their tones. This is just repeated steps of fixing mistakes on one color and then having to go fix your mistakes again in the other color. Especially the red, because when the red splashes onto the parchment color, it does stand out quite a bit. Like right there, like what I just did. Okay, we're gonna lock in here. Okay, we're gonna grab a detail brush as I get really close to the microphone. Okay, here's my size detail brush. Start from the top of my head. Okay. I was just trying to get into the eye hole there very carefully. slipped again. This one seems to have a bit of a little ball tip for me. I can pinch that off. I get little blood drops. Those are a little stubborn with the curves of the fabric. See what we can do on this one. A little over there. Working, but I might need to go back in with the wraith bone. Looks like I wasn't as sloppy with the red on this side whenever I did it the first time. Okay, now back to where we started with black. once again, clean up around the edges. Trying to be gentle in here. There are some tricky spots. Especially right here. Oh, that fold is very tricky. A little aggressive with that one, but I think it'll turn out okay. It reminds me in the future to find some way to do this with speed paint. little bit here and there. Let's fold and also see what I can do. Have to get my head in the shot. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that view of the top of my head. Alright, I believe we are ready to apply our wash and contrast paints and hope for the best. So what are we going to use? We're going to use what's more brown, Wildwood or Gargax Sewer? I think we want Wildwood. Let's see what the sewer is. Oh, we want sewer. Yep. That's the more brown. Then Agrax Earthshade on the parchment. Then I don't know on the moon. Maybe Apothecary White? If I can find it. Let's see how they come out. Let's see if I can find where I put it. I'll be right back. My eye dropped. The Agrax are a shade. We're just gonna do straight from the bottle. At my size 1, I do. Okay. So you can see the wash. Don't know how well you can see it, but you should be able to see the wash picking out all the letters. Of this meaningless language. I'm sure Games Workshop actually has the language written down somewhere. And getting all those folds to finally show up that we're hiding this whole time. Some more deposited in the letters. Really pop. And in the folds. Okay, it looks a little bit more like I know what I'm doing. On this side. There we go. That looks so much better. Maybe harder to see on camera, but the text is now somewhat legible. There's some depth to it. Yep, sometimes all it takes is a wash. Dawn oil will save your miniatures. Really want to try and be light with this one. Perfect. Okay, that's more or less what I was looking for there. Maybe a touch darker than I was hoping for, but okay, it's looking better on this side. Okay, yeah, I like that. Touch dark on the backside, but looking good on this side. Still learning contrast paints. And speaking of dark and light, let's try the dragon next. Just want to add a little bit of depth too. Still not thrilled with it. The precision on the like studio model is insane. The edge highlight the entire thing, which is nuts. I just want to give it a little bit of a pop. Alright, I have no idea how this is gonna show up on the moon, so we'll find out together. It's adding a little depth, but I might want to pick up some more. Okay. It's subtle. It's much easier to notice a difference in person. It's definitely adding a little bit of depth to the moon. Adding depth to white colors is very tricky. Okay, there's one other thing I'd like to add. If I can find an appropriate color. I would just like to pick out these little decorative things on the rail. With pale blue. just add a splash of contrast. I'm going very, very thin with this. Just to add a touch of detail and contrast. Okay. All that's left is some more cleanup. Got my fine detail brush out for. It's just a couple spots that white on black can really stick out. Especially here with this moon when it's not perfectly circular. Did I mention this is held on by one twiggy arm? That's all that's holding this banner up. All right, so I'm going to pick out that chain with a metallic, and then I'm probably going to call it a night. If I can find my last paint. Here you are. This is one that they recently changed the formula for, and I'm sure nobody's upset about it. But we still got the good stuff right here. Oh, lost my music again. But we're wrapping up here, so that's not too big of a deal. All right. I am. I'm calling that done. Not my best work, but good enough for the tabletop, and good enough for me to move on to bigger and brighter things. I do still need to add some basing grass, but that's not something I'm gonna do on stream. So we're gonna call that a night. I know that, but tis not the most exciting stream ever. We'll see. I'm experimenting with stuff. I'm always experimenting. So, in the meantime, I am going to go grab a snack, shampoo my brushes, and get a good night sleep to start my week. Thank you, everybody who stopped by. It's appreciated. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll be back Wednesday, probably actually playing video games. So I gotta walk over to the computer to end the stream, so I'm gonna go do that. Hope to see you on Wednesday.